Hi everyone, welcome back. You know, lately we have done a lot with new products every other time. So at least that's the vibe I'm getting. So today we're gonna do an old-fashioned shop my stash. We're not gonna use anything new. These are all products that I have had and have enjoyed, and we're just gonna use them again. So before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we'll get going. We are going to start with the face first because I've been enjoying doing that lately. I'm gonna start with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched eye base because my under eyes are just so not hydrated ever. While I let that soak in, this is the part where I will go dampen my sponge. For foundation, we are gonna go a little old school. I haven't used this in quite a while, and it is one of my favorite foundations, like ever. It's the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. The lightest shade I have of this foundation is too dark for me right now because it's been a pale summer so far. So don't mind that because by the end of it, it doesn't actually look too bad. And lately I've been going in with a brush on for my foundation, so that's just what we're gonna do. Yeah, it's not my shade. It'll be all right, it works. So you blend it out, it doesn't look too bad. I did make sure to go on my ears and a little bit down my neck too, so hopefully it's not too bad of a transition. But I am going to take my sponge and just press everything in and get rid of any brush strokes. For concealer, I'm not going to change it up too much. I am still going to go in with my Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer just because I love it. But it's not new. I've had it for a few months now. I've kind of been going a little out of order when I do concealer. I haven't been, like I only do one eye at a time and then I am going to go and set it before I do the other eye at all now. And we're going to go in with my Mercier, my favorite, my ride or die. And I just like to take it on a smaller but still pretty fluffy brush and just set it before it even starts to crease. I know it's a little untraditional that I haven't done my other eye yet with concealer, but I'm just gonna do me, and this is the way I do it because it works out. And I don't use any more concealer. I just take what is ever left on the brush that I use to blend it out, and I cover the tip of my nose and maybe drag it up a little bit down the center. But the tip of my nose is actually pretty red, so I just cover it a little bit more. Now the next product is not super old. I'm going to be using my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. I am just in love with this stuff, especially for this summer because it sets your face, but it's like undetectable. So it's just wonderful. So I'm just using this to set the rest of my face. And voila, your face is set, but it doesn't look like you have any powder on, and it's magical. For bronzer, again, this product is not super old. I think I reviewed it last month, but I honestly haven't gotten to use it since reviewing it because I've been so in love with my List Beauty bronzer. So we're gonna go in with the Patrick Ta, the Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. And I'm just gonna use the bronzer today because I set my face. For Shop My Stash, most of my older products are powders, so I didn't want to use any creams today. But we are going to go in with this powder bronzer, and we're just going to warm up the cheeks a little bit on the forehead, and a little bit under the jawline and down the neck, just to help with that foundation color. For blush, I'm thinking something a little bit rosier. I kind of have a pretty neutral eye look planned, but I'd like to use kind of a rosy blush. So I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild. This is a Color Icon blush and it's in the shade Mellow Wine. And we're just going to start on the apples of the cheeks and bring it up a little bit towards the temples. Ever since I went like extremely heavy with the Bite Beauty Daycation blush, I have really tried not to go so heavy-handed in with blush because that was intense for me. I know we're still going to use a powder highlight, but this is the point where I like to take my damp sponge a bit and press in all that powder, kind of clean up this contour line, or the bronzer line, and just press everything in. And then for highlight, I am going to go in with my Nabla Skin Glazing in the shade Ozone. This is a really pretty ivory color. and I always feel like I get that glow from within type of feel from it. So I'm just gonna put this on the high points of my cheek. Kind of do that C shape around my eye here. And then again, I will go in with my sponge and just press that in to really make it look like melted into the skin. And then you have this beautiful glow. I am gonna go ahead and set my face right now. We're gonna use an oldie but a goodie. This is my MAC Fix Plus. Just because I had all my face done, I wanted it to get set. So I'm just gonna press that in now that it's dried a little bit. Now we're gonna start with the eyes. I am going to go in with my Urban Decay Potion Primer Potion. It's an eyeshadow primer potion. My aunt and my cousin sent me a little Urban Decay gift set for Christmas last year. And I haven't really gotten to use this primer potion very much just because I've been trying out different ones, or I have staple ones that I really trusted. And I pulled this out yesterday. And yesterday I kind of had a long makeup day, but by the end of the day my eyeshadow had not really creased and I was actually really impressed with it. So we're gonna use it again today. So I've had this palette for quite a while. It is the 27 palette from Melt Cosmetics. Let's just look. I really haven't touched it too much. I think I've used it once or twice, but I think it's a really pretty palette. And today I wanted to reach into this thick shade. So I'm going to start with that color in my crease here. I think that's a really pretty shade. It is a bit more red than I thought it would be, but that's alright. I'm not mad at it at all. Alright, I just took my time and really blended that color out. I think it looks really, really pretty. Next, we're going to go into my Natasha Denona Biba palette. And all I want out of this palette is the shade Tusk. And I am just going to use that shade to set the rest of my lid, or cover the rest of my lid space. This just lets me keep my lid space very bright still because I want to cover it with a really pretty gold shimmer. And then if you think you got too much on your transition shade, you can go back into that thick color we used from our Melt Cosmetics palette and just add a little bit more pigment to blend that out. Okay, once you feel like you've got enough blend between your crease shade and then the light Tusk shade, we're now gonna go into the Gold Sparkle, which is from my Natasha Denona Gold palette. I know what you're thinking, like you used 3 different palettes for 3 different shades. Yes, I did. Because they were the 3 colors that I wanted to use and they were in 3 different palettes. So I got all of them out. So I like to take this shade right here. It's called Kava and technically it is just like a golden eye topper, which I really, really like. So I take my finger, like I do with just about any other shimmer shade, and I start there. And I just press it on. And I think it looks really pretty over that Tusk shade. And because it's a topper, I just layer it up as much as I think I need. And you guys know me, I can't reach into this inner portion here, so I just take a brush. And I did dampen it for this shade because this one tends to have a bit of fallout and we've already done our face. So I did wet my brush first, and then I just go in and touch up this inner corner here. Now I am going to go back into that thick shade, the reddish shade we've been using for our crease, and we're just going to blend out the shimmer a little bit more. I like shimmer, so I'm okay if some of it transfers to like up here. That's okay by me. But I just don't want a super harsh shimmer to matte line. And then to do the lower lash line, I just take a smaller brush and I go into that same thick shade, the reddish shade. And I'm going to bring that down here, connect it to the top, and just bring it across the whole entire lash line from corner to corner. And then I try to start with the most pigment on the outer third and then drag it in to the inner corner so it kind of looks like faded as you go, like an ombre effect. And then for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go in with my Nabla skin glazing that we used for our highlight and touch those up a little bit. That way it's just a touch brighter in this inner corner. And those are the eyes. So I'm going to get my brows done and get some mascara on. And I'm not going to be using anything new. I'm going to use my Benefit Gimme Brow that I've always used, and I'm going to use my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. So please enjoy the intermission. Alright, we're going to do the lips real quick and then we'll be all finished up. For lip liner, we're going to go in with my Nabla Close-Up Lip Shaper. This is a nude number 1. And then for lip gloss, we're going to top it with the Ofra by Samantha March lip gloss in the shade Peony. Alright, here's our finished look. And again, we used nothing new. Today was a full shop my stash. I've had all of these products, although some of them are still like a month or so old, new type deal. Most of them are not. I've really enjoyed playing with some older makeup lately. So I wanted to share with you guys a shop my stash because I haven't done one in a while, and honestly, I feel really pretty today. I feel like I got ready to go to like a Christmas party with this reddish eyeshadow and then the gold. It's not anywhere near Christmas. Christmas in July, right? That's the theme I went for today. You'll have to let me know if you agree, if you like it. What is a look that you've got in mind for some of your older products? I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. Other than that, that's all I've got for you today. I am here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.